Hello everyone and welcome to Locker Room. In the first round of the 2017-18 Champions League playoff, Cristiano Ronaldo was involved in 4 out of 5 of Real Madrid's goals against PSG. He decided the fate of the season for the Parisians and the fate of Emery, who was almost immediately fired. The Sheikhs, of course, remembered that match for a long time, and when it became known that Cristiano was available for transfer from Juventus, they were among the main contenders. But nostalgia won, and Ronaldo went to the club where he became a global star. Today, let's revisit the most memorable performances of the 5-time Ballon d'Or winner's career. The games in which he made the difference and was applauded by both his own and even opposing fans. This is the top 10 matches in which Cristiano Ronaldo carried the team alone. Real Madrid's comeback in the 2015-16 Champions League playoff against Wolfsburg, entirely orchestrated by the club's then main star. It was the first few months of Zidane's tenure, who had been appointed head coach in January. The Whites went on a strong run but then suddenly lost to Wolfsburg 0-2 in the European Cup. One inexplicable slip-up could have ended the season, especially since it was impossible to catch Barcelona in the league. In such a situation, a quick goal is extremely helpful, and Ronaldo scored 2 goals right away. In the 16th minute, he appeared for a cross from Carvajal, and in the 17th minute, he scored from a corner. The aggregate score was already even. However, Wolfsburg, with Dante, Draxler, and Schürrle, didn't collapse, holding on until the 77th minute. When Real Madrid got a free kick, Ronaldo found a gap in the wall and scored. This was his 3rd hat-trick, and in that Champions League season, he won the Cup and the top scorer title with a 2-fold advantage over the closest competitor, Suarez, with 16 goals. Just wow. In 9th place is a match Ronaldo played for Manchester United in the 2007-8 season. A home game against Aston Villa isn't one of the most hyped matches, and many of you might not remember it. But Cristiano was great back then, let's recall. United led the championship race, but they couldn't afford to drop any points. On the 17th minute, a corner came in. The ball bounced to Ronaldo, and he instantly decided to strike with his heel. Genius. On the 33rd minute, another attack from the hosts was developing, but right-winger Cristiano didn't rush headlong forward. He jogged over the center line. It wasn't time to offer himself for a pass, and the central defender came to meet Scholes, with the left back covering him. Now it was time for acceleration, cross, and Tevez had an excellent chance to score with a header. In the second half, Scholes again passed to Ronaldo, who hit it on the fly, but a defender's thigh and the crossbar prevented the goal. Now enjoy Ronaldo's 2nd assist of the game, passing with his heel while facing away from his striker. Rooney broke free one-on-one and made it 3-0. The 4th goal also involved Ronaldo. His partner's pass wasn't perfect, but Cristiano quickly adjusted, turned in the opposite direction, and sent a perfect pass through the defender's legs to Rooney. Watch the replay of that candy of a pass. A hat-trick of genius assists, plus a goal with the heel. That season, Ronaldo scored over 30 goals and became the Premier League's top scorer. In 2008, he fully deserved his first Ballon d'Or. In 8th place, we'll place 2 of Ronaldo's hat-tricks for the national team. At the 2018 World Cup and in the first edition of the Nations League, which Portugal won. Let's go chronologically. While fans debated whether the new tournament was cool or irrelevant, Ronaldo just decided to win it, again with a free kick. In the 25th minute, he took advantage of Sommer's poorly positioned 7. Here, we have Cristiano Ronaldo's destruction of Sevilla, a typical La Liga story from the early 2000s. The Andalusians were one of Ronaldo's favorite opponents. No other club had conceded as many goals to him. Interestingly, the same applies to Messi. A strange coincidence, right? Let's recall the most memorable moments from 3 matches in which the Portuguese scored a total of 10 goals against poor Sevilla. In May 2011, Ronaldo scored a poker at Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. It was quite amusing how he celebrated his goals with Adebayor. It was clear there was a great atmosphere in the team, and Cristiano was happy, with the final score being 6-2, and ruthlessly finish. What stood out most from the second destruction of Sevilla was his long-range shot that made it 3-0 and ended any doubts about the winner. In 2013, Ronaldo participated in all of Real Madrid's goals when the Madrid team once again demolished the Andalusians at home. A hat trick and an assist, along with another epic long-range shot, but this time with his left foot. He had cannons in both legs. Also, the way he skillfully dribbled to create a shooting opportunity for himself. Cristiano is not only a goal machine, but also a very, very spectacular player. Position 6, the 2008-9 Champions League semi-final, a purely English battle. Arsenal narrowly lost at Old Trafford and was very dangerous at home. But from the first minutes, Cristiano Ronaldo forced the play and quickly turned the game at the Emirates into a mere formality. It should be noted that by then, Ferguson had already been using the option of moving his dominant winger to the center of attack in the second leg against Arsenal. It worked. Let's watch. In the 8th minute, Ronaldo made a run behind the defense and cleverly crossed for Park Ji-sung, forcing the defender to adjust too quickly, causing his leg to slip. The Korean opened the scoring. 3 minutes later, Cristiano earned a free kick and scored one of his most spectacular goals of his career from a long distance, almost at the sideline, 38 meters out. Only a madman would attempt that shot, so Almunia didn't even bother setting up a wall. A direct free kick seemed impossible, but Ronaldo thought otherwise. A brilliant shot into the top corner at an awkward height made it 2-0. Now Arsenal needed to score 4. But Cristiano didn't stop there. With Fletcher sent off, he had to actively participate in defense. However, when the chance for a counterattack came, Ronaldo backheeled the ball to Park, then made a phenomenal sprint across the entire field to meet Rooney's pass. How cool was that? Ronaldo led Manchester United to the final in such a spectacular fashion and seemed to say goodbye to England as he moved to Real Madrid after the season. Position 5. Here we have Portugal's victorious Euro 2016 campaign. Cristiano didn't play in the final due to injury, but without him, the national team wouldn't have made it to the final in the first place. Ronaldo was the central figure in the third group match against Hungary. At that point, Portugal had only 2 points and were at risk of being one of the worst third-place teams and being eliminated. It was a very tough match, and they had to come from behind 3 times. First, Cristiano assisted Nani, then scored 2 goals, one of them very elegantly with a back heel. The crucial draw, and Portugal advanced. Ronaldo also shone in the semi-final against Wales, showing that the rivalry with Bale was exaggerated by journalists. In the 50th minute, he made an impact like Jordan and broke through the previously solid Welsh defense. No matter how you defend against Cristiano, there will always be set pieces that are unreachable for others. His assist for the second goal was also genius, as he intuitively made the best choice. In the final, Ronaldo effectively debuted as an assistant coach, as sitting on the bench with an injury was just not in his character. In the end, he got the trophy with the national team, and at the end of that year, he won another Ballon d'Or. Position 4. The best match Ronaldo had against Barcelona. The Blaugranas are in the top 5 of Ronaldo's favorite clubs throughout his career, and he scored doubles in matches against them. However, we'll focus on the games where Ronaldo scored decisive goals that won trophies. In the 2011 to 2012 season, Real Madrid earned 100 points and finally broke the hegemony of their main rival, securing an epic championship that gave Jose Mourinho a well-deserved legacy at the Royal Club. But it could have slipped away if Real hadn't defeated Barcelona, away with 4 matches left. At that time, Barcelona had the chance to close the gap to just 1 point. The lethal counterattack was finished off by Ronaldo, who decided the title race in 2011. The Copa del Rey final Clásico was a boring affair, with it seeming like both sides wouldn't mind going to penalties. But only Ronaldo was tirelessly charging forward, trying to settle it in regular time, then extra time. And he did so in the 103rd minute after a mesmerizing hang in the air, securing the trophy. A year later, in the Spanish Super Cup, Ronaldo scored a beautiful header in the first game, and in the return leg humiliated Gerard Piqué with a back heel, flicking the ball over the stunned defender. This goal brought the draw in the aggregate score and a real victory due to more away goals. Another trophy for Real's museum, thanks to Cristiano. Position 3. the playoff matches for the 2014 Brazil World Cup. Portugal was 1 point behind Fabio Capello's Russia and had to go through the playoffs where they faced Ibrahimovic and his team. Many viewed this rivalry not as Portugal versus Sweden, but as Ronaldo versus Zlatan. In the first match, Ronaldo scored the only goal in the 82nd minute, and the second leg was also a close encounter. The first half ended in a draw corner and also converted a free kick near the edge of the box. The score was level on aggregate, but Portugal had the away goal advantage, though the situation was still precarious. Zlatan was ready to score the decisive goal and tell the world that he, not Cristiano, was the greatest player of our time. But then was no longer worth watching. Many were so impressed by Ronaldo's performance that they urged FIFA to revote for the Ballon d'Or, which he won again that year after a 4-year gap. Position 2. Real's goals involved Ronaldo. One of his most memorable moments was a fantastic free kick from about 30 meters out, which Courtois could only shrug at, not understanding the trajectory. Ronaldo's genius cooled our enthusiasm, summed up Simeone after the game. In the 2016-2017 Champions League semi-final, Ronaldo again threw cold water on Diego's ambitious side, scoring a hat-trick in the first leg, leading Real to victory. Atletico fought back in the second leg, but Ronaldo had already created too large a gap, and he would also seal it in the final. More on that later. Let's recall that Champions League knockout encounter after Ronaldo's departure from Madrid. Simeone still hoped to compete with the Portuguese star, and after a 2-0 home win, he made an appropriate gesture. Ronaldo faced a tough challenge. It was clear that Atletico would lock down in the second leg, and Juve, under Allegri, wasn't particularly good at controlling possession against top teams. But with Ronaldo, there's always the option of crossing the ball. With the final whistle barely sounding, he sent a greeting to Simeone, and with a rough but spectacular finish, Juve went through. Position 1. The outstanding match against Juventus in 2017 in the Champions League final. Ronaldo opened the scoring after a clever 1-2 with Carvajal, and then, in the second half, ensured the decisive psychological advantage by making it 3-1. This goal was his 600th in his career. Ronaldo was named the best player of the match, lifted his beloved trophy, and later that year, he won his 5th Ballon d'Or. The following season, Real faced the Italian giants in the Champions League quarterfinals. Ronaldo showed his super skill in opening up space in the box as early as the 3rd minute. All of the opponent's coach Max Allegri's plans were thrown off, and they had to switch to Plan B. Juventus did manage to take control of the ball and was close to coming back, even threatening to go ahead. But in the middle of the second half, Ronaldo made the difference. He scored one of the greatest goals in Champions League history, leaving Zidane stunned, a priceless reaction. The Italian fans gave him a standing ovation, and Ronaldo even helped Marcelo with a 1-2 pass to make it a bigger score. Then, in Madrid, as you remember, it was very tough for the Madrid team without Ronaldo's heroics. Without him, they wouldn't have passed Juve and wouldn't have won the historic 3rd consecutive Champions League. The Portuguese became the first player to score in 10 consecutive Champions League matches. And with that, Ronaldo further cemented his place as the competition's all-time top scorer with 134 goals, also holding the record for the most assists in the history of the best club competition. Bravo! Please write in the comments why you love Ronaldo and why he is your #1 in football. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Keep working on yourself no matter what, just like Ronaldo. Goodbye.